Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my current everyday makeup routine, which is the makeup I have on now. So to me, everyday makeup is all about accentuating. It's accentuating your favorite features, just the little steps that you take to feel more confident and more put together. So for me, what I really like to focus on is having very healthy looking, glowing skin, and to make my eyes look as big as possible, basically. And of course, that's just me. Pick and choose what you like from this video. I'm going to go through and explain how and why I take each step that I do, which is probably going to make this video pretty lengthy because I'm a Virgo and have a really long explanation for everything I do. I hope you enjoy watching. If you do, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, maybe grab a cup of coffee or sit down to get ready, and let's get ready together. Alright, let's get started on some makeup. So let me show you my kind of everyday situation that's on my bathroom counter. So this makeup bag, I mean, it's big but it's not huge, is the products I use every day. And then I keep this little Morphe container thing on my counter, and this has all the brushes and tools that I use every day. And then I use these two palettes. So is that a lot? I don't know, maybe. All right, so let's jump into it. First things first is primer. So one thing personally I'm kind of self-conscious about is enlarged pores, but we can solve that pretty easily. So I'm just using the Maybelline Baby Skin Primer. This is like $6 from the drugstore. I repurchase it constantly because it really does the job. It is pretty silicone-y, but it's kind of what I want, you know? So I focus this mostly on my chin and my nose. It's also just super smoothing, so that's why I kind of pull it out everywhere else. And then always on top of that pore filling primer, I like to add a Luminous primer. So I really switch these up. I loved the Becca backlight priming filter for a while. Right now I have a sample of the MAC Strobe Cream, so I'm just going to take a little tiny dab of that, and I kind of put this where you would highlight, but a little more generously, if that makes sense. So on my cheeks for sure, above the brows. I really like to make sure this temple area is pretty highlighted. You can kind of put a little bit on my nose. Okay, that's good. Primed and ready to go. Alright, so here's where things start to get a little extra. The beginning. Right now I am using 3 different base products and layering them up. I don't even know why. Well, really it's because like a few weeks ago I was having a breakout moment, so I wanted to kind of, you know, get some extra coverage going. So I decided to put a little Tarte Shape Tape down as a base. To me, this is kind of like the lip liner of foundation. You know, you put lip liner on so when your lipstick fades, you still have some pigment under there to you know, back you up. This is, to me, is like the last line of defense. If everything else comes off somehow, we still have some coverage happening down below. It's not even cute, you know? Like I would not leave the house like that. But to be honest, I don't really use Shape Tape like as a under eye concealer. I just don't really use under eye concealer. So I figured I would get my use of it somehow. So then the most important part, which is I used to just only use this product on my face, which I totally would still do, but I don't know. You know how you just get into routines of like being really extra. So this is MAC ProLongwear Concealer in NW20. This is probably like my most repurchased product. I will just over and over again buy this because it is crucial to my my skin routine. So I take a few pumps on the back of my hand, and then with a damp beauty blender, I just start blending this all over my face. And this, I'm much more comfortable getting it like right up under my eye. Never really looks too cakey. It stays on so well. Gives you such a like natural, dewy finish to your skin. I just love this product. You know what's funny is I sat down and filmed this video, and obviously I like brought out my beauty blenders and they were damp. And then it took me about 480 attempts to film an intro. I don't know, I was just being really hard on myself and not liking anything I did. So now they're like barely damp, but it's okay. Alright, so now I'm probably looking kind of ghastly. Another funny thing is that I bought this huge face and body Real Techniques sponge. I like the regular Real Techniques one. And I saw Casey Holmes being like, this just makes me put on foundation so fast. And I was like, I need that. It's going to really speed up my makeup routine, which, I mean, I'll use it, but I don't think I'm going to buy it again. It's not like a ultimate hack or anything. And then, by the way, this one is just the Morphe sponge. So, make sure everything's buttoned on the neck. Alright, I am happy with that. Okay, so then this is completely an unnecessary step, but this kind of originated when I mentioned I was like having a breakout, whatever, I wanted extra coverage. I used to never wear foundation, and I literally just bought this so I could use it when I was doing videos so that I wouldn't go through this as quickly because it was so precious to me. So I bought this just for doing videos, and then when I was like feeling like I needed extra coverage, whatever, I just put like a little layer of this over my cheeks, and then I felt like everything looked so extra pretty, like bronzer, blush, highlight, all of that. So now I have to put on a layer of this every day. I just want to mention again that literally for years I only have used the MAC ProLongwear, and I'm totally happy with the outcome when I just use ProLongwear. But now I'm just addicted to adding a little layer of this on my cheeks. Alright, so next I'm just going to set all that real quick, and what I'm using right now is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Powder. I am going to list every product I mentioned down below, of course, as always. What I like to do for this, I have like a little ritual. So I really like using the little, it's not really a puff, but sponge, pup, whatever, the little applicator that comes with it. By the way, this is in the lightest shade. Literally everything I own is in the lightest shade. So I like to use this little puff sponge, whatever. It's so soft and just like satisfying to touch. But I press this in, and then I press only where things are most likely to break up. So like right in the center of my cheeks. I actually do take it a little bit under the eye. And then on my chin, oh, and I do, like I kind of do this little foldy notion and really press it in the sides of my nose. Press it on the eyelid, smooth out any creasing from the concealer. Then I'll just take like a light layer on a brush and put that everywhere else. Not necessary, but just a tip if you have dry skin or if you're crazy about powder looking cakey, which I mean I think everyone is I just take this rosewater spray that I've talked about in like every video and spray my sponge with it lightly and kind of tap around areas also that are likely to get cakey. So now I'm just going to show you my everyday eyeshadow look, which is super simple. It's just 3 shadows, 2 brushes, and it is incredibly flattering. Okay, this is my favorite thing to do. This first brush, this is a Sephora Pro Crease Brush. And what I like to do is just kind of take a mix of these 2 lightest mattes in the Jaclyn palette. This is kind of gross, how dirty that is. It's just proof that I love it. Side note, if you want to see me do my full face of makeup, not just eyeshadow, full face, using the Jaclyn palette, I did that video a few weeks ago and it was really fun and it turned out pretty well, if I do say so myself. Okay, so we have got those transition shades on the crease, and then I just take some time building up that crease, really just with these shades for day to day. Of course, with any more intense eye look, I would, build up a few shades, but I like to just get a nice crease going with just these. I love that this is where you can really change the shape of your eye kind of, so you can, wing it out, which, I don't know, I kind of do that. Like I want it to have like a straight line and go out a little bit. Like I want it to be straight line like this. I don't know. Does everyone know this trick where if you put the brush like this is kind of where you want your crease to end? I still kind of work as if I'm applying more than one color, so I kind of, like put more on the outside here. Just kind of go back and forth. This kind of makes your eyes look, your crease look more set back, and getting that nice kind of set back look is the first step in making your eyes look really big. These shadows are so just buttery, soft, smooth, pigmented. They're incredible. If you don't have this palette yet, I'm telling you, you need it. Now I'm going to step away from the Jaclyn palette for a minute and apply my all-time favorite eyeshadow color ever, which is the third shade, the lid shade in the Wet n Wild Walking on Eggshells palette. It's just like a pinky seashell, eggshell, champagne kind of color, and it's so pretty. Just kind of puts like it's the prettiest sheen on your lids. Again, really enlarging the eye. So I kind of get this in the inner corner too, even though I am going to put another inner corner shade. And I just pack this on all over my lid. So that definitely enlarges the eyes majorly. And then must go back in with this crease brush and blend out those edges. Sometimes I get more product, sometimes I don't. Make sure it's kind of blended over the outer edges because I don't want the lid color to go all the way across the lid, if you know what I mean. Blend the edges. And yeah, that's that. Last little touch is going to be inner corner highlight. I like to just mix the two highlight shades in this palette. And personally, I like a really strong inner corner highlight. Like I've said a billion times, I'm trying to make my eyes look wide awake, like almost unrealistically awake. That, I mean, you know, we all have what we like. And I just really pack this on and kind of bring it a little bit, like the first quarter of the lower lash line. Sometimes I wet the brush for that. Most of the time it's not really necessary. Oh my gosh, that Armani powder makes your skin so soft, it's crazy. Alright, so then my eyes look extra naked, but maybe extra big. I don't know. Hopefully you can tell in the camera. All right, so now I'll do my lashes. It's super important to me that I curl my eyelashes first. Otherwise, they just lay so flat. To make sure every lash is in there. This, by the way, is the Shiseido eyelash curler, which I do feel like it's made a difference ever since I kind of like invested in a better one versus just one from the drugstore. Oh my god, it makes your eyelashes so pretty. And I kind of like pull the curler back, pump it. Oh my god, I can feel my eyelashes touching like my skin, and that makes me so happy. Okay, I'm gonna put on some mascara. This is L'Oreal Lash Paradise, my favorite ever. I mean, I've even been trying a ton of mascaras lately, and I cannot find anything that even comes close. Check out the difference with one coat of this stuff. I don't know about you, but that looks like false eyelashes to me. Alright, now I am going to do the second one off camera real quick. So, these are the lashes complete. Actually, I do like adding one little extra step, even though I love the way my eyelashes look with just this mascara. I really like this Essence Lash, what is this called? Essence Lash Princess. But okay, so this comes in a bunch of different colors. There's like pink, green, blah, blah, blah. This is purple, and it's Sculpted Volume. Basically, this is just a really kind of like wet formula of a thick, super black mascara. So I like when I just want my lashes to look extra black. It just makes like the most subtle difference, but I like those extra little steps. I just kind of put a little coat of this on my top lashes. Alright, so next I'm going to fill in my brows real quick, and like I mentioned a few times before, my favorite product to fill in my brows is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. So, just kind of do rough. Well, actually, it's not rough, it's pretty precise. It's kind of important to brush through your brows first, because you might not be able to tell, but a lot of like powder and product gets stuck in there. And the pencil will not glide on as well as it could with all that other stuff in there. This pencil, I really think, makes doing your brows super easy. It is my favorite. Who else has like major differences in the abilities of each of their eyes? Like for me, this side, the right side, the lashes are always looking better. The brow is a way easier to fill in. The left side just does not cooperate. Brush that product through. And a lot of times I'm happy with them just like this, but if I have an extra few minutes, then I do like to darken up the tails with the darkest brown eyeshadow from the Jaclyn palette. Just a little Sonia Kashuk angled brush. And for this, I kind of stamp it on any areas where the color looks uneven. Now my brows are just deepened up a little bit, and for me after this, it's really important that I go back and brush through again, because they can start kind of looking a little unrealistic at this step. They can start looking a little like Sharpie brow, you know? Actually, this one is cooperating pretty well today. Good job. Good job, left brow. Alright, so good with that. Always remember, brows are sisters, not twins, okay? So let's go with some bronzer. So first, I need to buy a new one of these. I think I'm gonna go do that right after I film this video. Yeah. This is like almost impossible to get pigment out of. I dropped it the other day, but I had used it to like this level of usageness. So this color, it can be a little bit messier. This is really just like the all over bronze, and I kind of take this in that typical 3 shape that you hear all about. So like on the temples, so it's like temple, cheek, jawline, and girl on the sides of my neck, okay? It's very important that I hit that. I love this butter bronzer because it's a really nice tone. I would say especially if you have fair skin, but I know a ton of people love it. And it's like right at that nice amount of pigmentation where you can put a little bit on and it's not like on your most natural day. But you can also really like build it up, build it up, build it up. And it doesn't really look too crazy. Alright, so one side bronze, one side's not. Can you see a difference? I don't know. Hopefully. I like to make sure it gets back into my hairline. By the way, this is a Real Techniques blush brush. I pinch it and I kind of go down my nose, like up to the brow. I'm not hugely into contouring my nose on the daily, but I do think it kind of looks weird if there's not some bronzer there. Then I like to grab something like a little bit thinner or more precise. A little angled one would be better. And I like to grab Hoola out of this. I mean, this is a nice palette, but we can see that Hoola is what I mainly use it for. This is that Benefit Cheekathon, so I'd say there's a high chance you probably already have Hoola and you don't really need this palette. So this, I really like to make sure that it gets to the hairline and just kind of on the lowest part of my bronzer. And this, like, again, like just, this is really to get a shadow, like, from the hairline to the rest of the bronzer. I like to just do it, like, really in the very depths, not all over. Just those deep parts. How many ways could I word that? And I will pick this on my nose as well. Or one even like quicker thing you can do is like just put like a transition shade from the brows down your nose, and that looks really good too. Favorite blush brush, this is the Morphe E4. Right now I am layering up 2 blushes on the reg. It is the NYX Ombre blush in shade 4 Mauve Me. Mauve is my favorite color, by the way, side note. And then I am using this Hourglass blush in the shade Mood Exposure on top. This is like, oh my god, I love this shade. It's just like a nice cool mauve for the winter. Kind of following the line of the bronzer, but then we come a little more forward. kind of think that this just makes your overall contour look a lot better as well. I was thinking about doing a video on like contour hacks that don't actually include contouring. It's just like other things you can do to your face to make the contour look better. So let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that maybe. And you know what? I feel like a lot of people kind of ditched blush, but I still love it. I love it. So I'm going to go back in with this, but in a minute, not yet. I'm going to take my first favorite highlight, Becca Champagne Pop, and I like can barely show you the pan because this has been a full minced powder for like over a year, but I still use it like this. I broke both of the ones I ever had. And then I'm pretty generous with this. I mean, even though it is an intense highlight, I don't necessarily build it up anywhere, but I generously take it on my face. The quality of these Becca highlights is so nice. Like, it looks okay being everywhere on your face is what I mean. You know, like, sometimes highlights, that base color is just way too pigmented, and it would look chalky or just not right on other parts of your face. But this, you can put a lot on, which I love. I love getting above the brow, all over the cheek. Okay. Oh, I try so hard. I want to be able to do the like, oh, that was close. That was close. I think I'm going to keep that in the video. So now it's time for this is basically the exact same color as the NYX, but it's Luminous. And the quality in these Hourglass powders is so pretty. It just makes your skin look so pretty. So then I put a little bit of this on top for just a little extra sheen. And now my cheeks are literally looking like metallic, girl. I love it. And then the last little highlighting touch. I mean, seriously, you could totally be done after this step, but just going in with some more is Lou-manizer. So basically, I would just take anything like lighter and whiter, and then I just kind of put that right on the high points of what I already did. Definitely not taking that everywhere. And then something super important to me after all that is to re-grab my sponge and blend that all in, like really mesh that in to my face. Another kind of contour thing you can do is, I like to take like where I originally had whatever base product and pull it down right here. So it's almost like baking in your contour, but without actually baking. It's just like getting a little bit of residual product under there. Okay, I love it. So now would be the normal time for a lip product, but let's be real, I cannot be bothered with lipstick on a regular basis. Like, it just doesn't stay on me. So I really just like to put on some lip balm. So yeah, literally, after all that, Carmex is my lip of choice. Alright, so this is the completed look. I hope you loved watching this video. Let me know below some of your favorite everyday products, or if you saw anything in this video that you want to pick up. Again, I really hope that you enjoyed watching this video, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!